dog.
I had to leave a lot of details out of our summary because it ended up getting really, really long.
Here.
Oh, okay. Session 16 of Domain of the Nameless God. Descending the stairs caused a dizzying effect as the characters passed the floating objects. After traveling 100 feet or so, the stairs grew rapidly in size and were no longer connected to one another, but rather attached only to the wall of the chasm. A faint pulsing glow visible below. Having descended roughly 1,200 feet, the stairs suddenly left the wall as they round part of a suspended tower. The stairs were no longer affixed to anything, suspended entirely afloat over the abyss. The pulsing purple abyss seemed to call to our would-be heroes, and they saw countless points of light. As if gazing into an infinite sky, all of their efforts felt meaningless, and they began to question their purpose, pondering if perhaps they should let themselves be swallowed up by the sky below. None of them, however, decided to seek the solace of the starry void, and the stairs led to a small island in the middle of the void. On the island stood an ancient structure unlike any they had ever seen before. A perfectly carved stone temple, every inch of which carved with precise details that seemed to form optical illusions. As our heroes approached the entrance, they saw that the interior was vast and had figures perhaps a quarter mile away inside, bathed in the glow of the yellow and blue lights emanating from below. As they passed through the archway, they were teleported to within a dozen feet of the figures that were moments ago a quarter mile away. A 30-foot wide pit separating them from the three remaining children who stood together motionless, facing away from the party. Within the pit, its floor and walls were lined with dark patterns that hurt to look at, resembling a sinister altar, an inverted ziggurat of symbols, runes, and carved surfaces that all led toward a central hexagonal point into which blood pooled in an unfamiliar yet baleful pattern. At the bottom of the pit, scattered about and broken, are the glowing corpses of countless children, their life essence sacrificed to fuel the dark ritual of awakening. After a few moments, our heroes stood taking in the scene. They slowly realized that a fourth child stood behind them, a dwarf girl wearing filthy rags, her mud-caked shoes ruined by the journey. This was Nona's granddaughter, Kaisa. But her expression and posture were off. She glared at the party hatefully, eyes aglow with candle-like flames that physically burn her and cracked the skin around the eye sockets and forehead. She spoke then to the group in Infernal. The boldest task is still ahead. Do you seek him? With a flash of metal, the girl produced a large knife and sawed wildly into her own forearm, releasing an unexpected torrent of dark blood from the wound. The blood grew with sickening haste into a formless concoction of countless eyes, mouths, and tendrils. Desperate battle broke out as our would-be heroes tried desperately to save the remaining children. Wid, however, found herself compelled to sacrifice one of the children. Unable to resist, she threw a web, binding the child's feet and causing it to lose balance and fall into the pit to its death, and lighting one of the remaining unlit runes. Nona interrupted the sacrifice of the two remaining children by magically teleporting herself into their place and instead threw the cultists into the pit themselves. 2 more runes in the pit lit up. The remaining cultists, seeing the child sacrifices being rescued, rushed to the pit, plunging a dagger into their own chest, and fell to their death. As the body fell on the final rune, the blood began to pull towards the center hexagon, and as it reached, our heroes began to feel a dark rumbling beneath their feet, and immediately knew that the battle was lost. The Nameless God had awoken. Edie, revealing herself as the Silent One, manifesting a third eye, paralyzed and frightened Lee and Quinn. Her fingertips then peeled back, growing into talons as she whispered to Lee, "Dahafwik Ma," and raked her talons savagely across Lee and across her shield, then rushing away from Lee towards the other retreating party members. Then in an instant, the pulsing, the throbbing, the humming, all the sounds are replaced with a hollow silence. A great reverberation shook the foundation beneath the party, and a gigantic hooked appendage whipped up from the altar below and gripped the far edge of the pit. A primal fear swelled within them, and they instinctively knew to flee. Can our heroes endure the trials to come? Will the team's resolve hold up? Will odds roll in their favor? Fear the strangers in your midst. Never play games of fate. Okay. So, as this happens, I need all of our surviving party members to make a sanity saving throw.
Wid got a 12.
Nat 20.
Dang. You're
And
so
that is a
sane.
four.
Ooh, nat 20, making it a 22.
Wow.
13.
Holy.
Okay, Mavli, what did you get?
Nat 20.
Okay, Nona,
13.
you take
Ooh.
30 points of stress damage.
This is the reason why Nona's not going back and saving anyone else.
Additionally, you must run at full speed away from the Nameless God.
Yeah. But she still has the kid in her arms.
Yeah. Quinn,
Quinn's kid. Quinn's
15.
kid's sister.
you got a 15?
Oh, my bad.
Mhm.
You were asking.
Okay, same thing for Quinn.
But she's paralyzed, so she can't run away.
Oh, awkward. So yeah, as soon as you are unparalyzed.
Sorry, not sorry.
Additionally, Quinn, you have now broken 150 sanity. You are losing your grip on reality.
Okay.
Because Nona
Uh,
stole your sibling.
Lee, what did you get?
She steals stuff sometimes. It
Got
happens.
a 4.
You got a 4?
Yeah.
I'm running away from
Ooh.
rain, so please excuse me. Very sudden rain. But I'm listening. I'm here.
Sudi, what did you get?
Nat 22.
You got a nat 20. Okay.
22.
Wid?
12.
Wid, you have broken 100.
You went up to 100 yet?
Fairly sane,
Lee-
I guess.
Lee, you have also broken 150. However, so I'll just read to you my little description of this sanity check right here. Characters must make a DC 17 sanity throw or take 30 stress damage, half damage on a success. Heroes that fail the check with a result of 12 through 16 will run at full speed away from the Nameless God. Heroes that fail the check with a result of 7 to 11 will fall to the ground, silently cackling to themselves, their mind shattered. Heroes that fail the check with a result of 6 or lower die instantly of terror.
What?
You are literally scared to death.
So here's where the
we-
Nameless God's going to bring her back and make everything right, right?
So at this point, Lee, you know how when people suffer such intense fear that their hair turns white?
Yes.
So Lee's hair turns white, I think, at this point. And she's so frightened that her heart stops. And she collapses onto the ground. She is considered to be at 0 HP. And I will, I'm not going to roll death saves, but she will not stabilize. Like after an hour, she won't come back at 1 HP. So what I'm saying here is the only way to save her at this point is magical healing. Okay.
So when you say we're not rolling death saves, so am I just kind of, what do I do? I'm not
You're,
in
you're,
a position of 0
unless somebody heals you magically, you are dead. That is, you won't come back from this by passing death saves.
within this turn, kind of like.
No. So
like-
you're basically you are essentially dead. But it's not in the death save kind of way because you didn't die from injury, right? So you're not bleeding out. Your heart just stopped. So basically what that means is if somebody gets to you within the next minute or so and provides magical healing, you can be resuscitated. Does that make sense?
Magical healing of any kind, or are you talking like resurrection spell type magical healing specifically?
Any type.
So like
Except
healing
for,
touch
like-
kind of thing would be.
The one of Wid's good berries.
It's possible. It's possible. Gee,
I
somebody
will
wondered
not
that.
confirm or deny. I will say that if you want to try it. Okay. Anyway, so that is the situation that we are currently in. There is still a gibbering mouther that is chasing you. There is still the all beast that is chasing you. There is still the silent one that is chasing you. And I believe, where did I write this down? Yeah, here we go. I think what we're going to do here, instead of doing like combat rounds, I think I want to do a skill challenge or a series of skill challenges. So what we'll do is those of you who are still conscious and able, just describe to me how you are contributing to the general survival of the group, and kind of like you can work together and make it cinematic, just describing how you guys are attempting to get out of here. And we'll come up with, let's see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you still conscious. So we'll say, we'll make 5 rolls. And if you get 3 successes, if you get more successes than you get failures, then we'll say you get a general success. If you get more failures than successes, then whatever it is that you are attempting to do will ultimately fail to some degree. And how many successes to failure ratio will determine how well it works. All right. So we'll start out, I guess, with Sudi. What is Sudi going to do to contribute to this skill challenge, aka the survival of the group?
Well, she's still angry at Wid, but she also feels the urge to get out of there. So she's gonna throw one more rock before she leaves.
Okay. So I don't think that is really going to contribute to the survival. So okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to put Sudi's roll a little bit to the side. If Sudi succeeds on her roll, it counts as a failure to the group. Okay. Nona.
Okay. So what's happening right now, Nona has small gnome kid. I don't know what that gnome kid's doing. That gnome kid has barely moved or said anything this entire time. But we're running.
Those
We're
kids are
running.
clearly in shock.
Cool. That actually helps. I would say that in and of itself is aiding the party. The fact that the kid is not fighting me. So she's running, and right now, as I recall, the gibbering mouther is kind of on a collision path with us.
Uh-huh.
So she's specifically going to lead it in such a way that it avoids everybody else.
Okay.
So we are still going away from the bad hole.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say about me?
You're a bad hole. and we are actively going towards the exit, but in a way that kind of, I'm trying to keep other people out of danger while also just scared shitless running away.
Okay. Quinn.
Well, if I pass my saving throw and become unparalyzed, I will. Does everybody have a kid, or is there still a kid that needs to?
There's only 2 kids.
Well, there are 3 kids. One of them is being controlled or possessed or whatever by
Oh,
this.
and then one's by Lee. So if I become unpossessed and able to move and forced to run away from the Nameless God, I would try and scoop up Lee's sister and dash.
Okay.
Can a gnome scoop up a human child?
I was gonna say the dwarf is holding the gnome child. And the
And the
gnome
gnome
is
scoop
holding
up the
the
human.
human
Or she's
child.
very acrobatic. Maybe she could just like toss her.
Are we still in any sort of initiative order, or is it just jump in when you have something to do?
Yeah, just kind of pipe up if you have something that is cool. I'll ask you in just a second here.
That is fair. I don't want to take the moment away from the party. I just want to make
Yeah.
sure I'm doing okay.
Wid.
So Wid's plan now needs to be altered because there's a beast suddenly where she is. Her plan is to create a bonfire where the beast is, turn into spider form, and start climbing up. And
Okay.
also profusely apologizing to Sudi, even though she knows it probably won't get through the haze of grief. Also, just FYI, I am going to change my character sheet to give me full health because I was tracking spider health, not human health, and I'm back in human form. So
Sure.
FYI, that's why I'm suddenly at full health. So,
You didn't have human health anyway, though.
well, yes, I guess dwarf health. It's better than human health.
Dwarf health is better than human health.
Yes, strong.
Madly's internet crashed, so she's on her way back. In the meantime, is there anything that our illustrious silent one is doing to try to inhibit the progress of the group?
Let's see who's farthest at who seems like they're the most like the biggest threat to me right now.
All kind of falling apart.
I don't
I
think
think
anyone's attacking you right now.
Yeah, but there are let's see.
I think Nona at least getting the furthest away.
Nona is very much a holy warrior with a holy artifact, and the only other person with a holy artifact
But
is no longer.
the holy artifact does have it that the silent one avoids the person holding the shield.
That is true.
Yep.
That is very true. You're
Which-
It's
safe
also
for now.
actively running away. So
I mean, I'm not pointing the shield at you.
That's fair.
So, but yeah, Lee
Let's
had,
Lee, you're not
had
My,
threatening.
old
uh,
shield.
I haven't rolled yet to see if I regained the enchanted gaze back. May I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna feel super out because I'm still using Edie's character sheet. This as a person, as a player, this feels fucked up. And no, I do not get that attack back.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Nona has one of those shields. The other one, Edie
Lost in the
actually
boat.
had. Yeah.
It's gone now. It's gone now.
It's gone.
Yeah, pick somewhere. Just dig around until you find it.
It's somewhere. Oh god.
So just to be
It's
clear,
over the rainbow.
nobody's stopping to grab Lee. Is that what I'm hearing?
Is nobody gonna stop to get Lee?
I mean, I don't have the movement. I'm in a hole. So
And I think Quinn or
Quinn's
Sudi might do something on her next action.
Okay.
I'm gonna
so-
go for a sneaky beaky rogue, and if I'm very sorry, Juliana. Is there any do I got enough movement to do a multi-attack
Right.
as
So
my action, and then can I disappear into the
So with-
shadows a bit afterward?
yeah. So with the skills challenge, basically your success, if you make a success on the roll, it will reduce one of their successes.
Okay, I had not done that skill check, so
So why doesn't everybody go ahead and tell me the appropriate skill check that you think you should be using for this skill check, and we'll make those rolls right now, and I'll keep track of them. So Sudi, what do you think the skill check is for what you're doing?
Throwing a rock?
I'm thinking that is probably going to be an attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. Okay, I rolled an 8, but then it's +3, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to call that a failure.
Okay.
So that is essentially a success for the heroes. Okay, so next we'll say Quinn, go ahead. What do you think your skill ability would be for this skill check?
I'm gonna say it would be acrobatics and or maybe sleight of hand. I'm stealing her.
I think acrobatics is probably more appropriate.
Okay.
Mhm.
That is a 15 plus 4, 19.
Okay, that will also count as a success. Nona.
Okay. Okay. Hear me out. Animal handling.
Justify that.
Clearly, that's mine. Come on.
What do you think about Quinn's sister?
I mean, cause the shambling or the gibbering mouther is like a thing
Mm-hmm.
that isn't a person. So it
How
could
do you
be
feel
kind of
about
an animal. Insight? I can do insight.
Okay, let's do insight.
Okay. 19.
19. Okay, that racks up 3 successes. Wid.
It's hard to say because I auto succeed at both things because it's a cantrip and a bonus action. But I was thinking maybe animal handling because one of those is turning into a spider.
Yeah, so animal handling is more like handling other animals as opposed
Right.
to yourself.
Just not sure since I don't roll for either one of these.
Maybe, well,
And I mean, and wisdom is my
let me pose this to you. Athletics.
no.
Because
Because I mean they're all
you're-
related to wisdom, which is my my spell stat that I use. So I
What
think it would have to be
about-
wisdom based.
Okay, well,
Survival, maybe.
what about persuasion to try and convince Sudi to stop throwing rocks at you to hinder your,
Oh, you are actively trying to persuade her.
yeah.
The silence is.
As she's looking at her stats for persuasion.
Well, no, I know because charisma is always my dump stat, so that's why I'm like, that's not.
What about like a straight dex check?
So my character is only built for wisdom because I'm a druid. So
Right,
everything else
but
is.
but the spider.
Okay, so convince me of a stat then that would make an appropriate skill check relative to what you're doing.
Well, that's why I was thinking survival because that's just where she is right now, like in her mind. Like fire for beast, spider, get out.
Okay, I'll allow it. Survival.
13.
13. That is unfortunately a failure.
It's better than a -1 persuasion roll.
Okay. Mavly, I know you kind of missed what's going on. We're doing a skills challenge. So if you would like to describe the type of action that Mavly is doing to either hinder or help the group in trying to get out of this situation. And then we'll make an appropriate skill check.
Where exactly did Mavly end up? Does anybody happen to remember? Because I don't think I'm anywhere close to Lee right now.
I think you are fairly close to Lee right now.
Am I
You
fairly
ended-
close?
Moved.
Yeah, you ended up on the same side of the pit as the children were, which is also where Lee went. So I think you're fairly close to Lee.
Okay, I will make my way to Lee. So I'm going to use I would like to use my movement to get to Lee, and I would like to yell at Sudi, "What are you doing?" But other than trying to get to Lee, I don't know what else to do.
Okay, so I'm gonna say because you're moving to Lee and I'm assuming grabbing Lee.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that's an athletics check.
Okie dokie. Z, I rolled a 1.
Okay, so that counts as 2 failures.
Not on a skill check.
For skills challenges, 1s count as 2 failures, 20s count as 2 successes.
Guys, my first roll was a 20. I don't understand.
Okay,
Dice
so
give it
that
and the
puts
dice
us
take it away.
that puts us at 3 successes and 3 failures. Now,
Oh, holy crap! I didn't realize that we were there.
okay,
Dang it.
silent one.
Yes,
How is
hello.
this? How is the
Can-
silent one influencing this situation? What skill do we think we're using?
I'm trying to think if there's. I think we're like past the point of manipulation. Sorry, I had accidentally closed my all the sheets and stuff. Whoever is the closest target of me that I can actually go for, probably to be Quinn. Definitely gonna make some attacks and then disappear in the shadows. So y'all won't know where I'm coming from next.
Okay, great. So
Sorry, Juliana. I feel truly guilty.
are you
sorry.
raising your hand?
I feel
Christy?
guilty. Be
Mhm.
the best bad guy.
Okay, I'll try.
I drew a thing, so I technically have inspiration. Can
Okay.
I give Mavly a reroll?
It's a little late now.
Okay.
You can give Maya disadvantage.
Sure. I have nothing to lose.
Okay, so Maya, for the silent one, please make an attack roll at disadvantage to see if her attacks against Quinn are sufficient enough to reduce their overall progress as a group.
Let's see, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to do that in disadvantage. I can roll 2 d20s and just whatever.
Correct, take the lowest.
Okay, well, the lowest one was a natural 1.
Oh, okay.
Well played.
Double failures.
Okay. So that will count as 2 successes for the good guys. So how does this play out? Describe this to me.
I'd imagine I would come kind of snarling up, trying to attack Quinn, but through Nona, if you want to flavor your intervention, that it would catch me off guard.
Maybe, well, because I'm so far away from you, I'm not directly intervening. But maybe maybe I like lead the shambling mound. The blab. Frick. I'm just really upset. I'm shaking to my core right now. 2 rounds in a row.
Just running away. That's what Nona's doing. She's running away.
You ran away in such an inspiring way that Quinn just dodged so adeptly.
I have 2 things. One, I led the mouther away in such a way that it like hits it like trips. If a thing that has no legs can trip, and it like
well, your goal was to lead it away from the group, so
yeah,
I think you succeeded in doing that.
Not just in like a flavor way, not in like a now it's prone sort of way. I don't have that much power. But so the point where it like yells out of its many mouths and just so happened to be directly aiming at the silent one. And so
definitely
the silent one's like hey, 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 and then it hears and it's like
and then the slashes just go wide and Quinn, you managed to dodge us and get out safety for now.
Okay, I like that. Okay, round 2. You seem to have put some distance between yourselves, for the most part, some semblance of safety between yourselves, the silent one, and this gibbering mouther. So we'll do one more round of this, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so Sudi, which skill do you think you would like to use, and how would you like to use it in this skill challenge?
Well, she still has the impression that she should get out of that room, and so she starts to run, like to make it to the front of the group.
If this is all happening simultaneously while
Yes.
Wit is apologizing, she will offer you a ride out. She's going to climb the wall in spider form.
Are you getting close to her?
I think it depends on where
And
I'm
then she'll
at
kick
in
you.
the hole. But
You said you were starting to climb the side, so I think after that last turn, you're probably up towards the top or out entirely.
Well,
Okay.
Sudi would kick her if she got too close.
for the second round instead of running.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is there another attack?
Okay. Go ahead. Quinn, what do you think Quinn is doing?
I think Quinn is going to okay, so can I run while using deception to scream and cackle to Hafwick Ma and try to trick the silent one?
Trying to trick the silent one.
Like, yeah, like I'm on your side.
That's our Quinn.
Oh, okay.
That's our Quinn.
Okay. Maya. Does the silent one know if Quinn is on her side or not?
I believe the silent one.
I haven't
knows
tried to attack you.
I'm not sure. That's probably a question for you, DM.
Okay, sure. I'll allow that roll. We'll say deception.
Let's
Nona.
goes. I'm curious now. Let's see how this goes.
Okay. So I still don't really know. I'm so far away now. Also, question.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how when we got there, it took like a split second to get a long way.
Yeah, that's not happening out.
I didn't think so.
Mhm.
I hope to fucking God that never mind. We're not even there yet. I don't have to worry about it if I die. So yeah. So there's not a lot I can do that will impact how far am I from the party?
You're not that far ahead of people. Like others are also running.
Okay. Can I antagonize the mound somehow? The mouther somehow to make sure it still follows me?
Okay, so the same thing.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
Okay,
Is
so
that okay?
So if you continue to do the same thing, I'll accept that. What it will do is raise your difficulty.
Okay. Interesting. God, no, I can't think of anything else to do.
Okay. Wid?
How far away is the mouther from the top of the hole?
The gibbering mouther is quite a ways away from the top of the hole. It is chasing Nona.
But
So
there
more
isn't
than 60 feet.
there is an all beast.
Yeah, the all beast is also following the group. It's not particularly paying attention to Wid because it couldn't see her and assumed she was probably dead in the pit. The all beast is following the group.
But has the group even left the area around the hole other than Nona?
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'm not sure how far we went in round one if Sudi's still trying to kick Wid at the top of the hole. And if Navli's picking up Lee.
Yeah, it's not like a static, this is one round thing. It's like this is a dramatic like sequence of events and you pass a distance. There's a full quarter mile that will be spanned, and we're not going to do that like in turn by turn, right? 30 feet per turn. So this is essentially half of that distance.
Okay. So she's giving up on Sudi. Wid will shoot a web at the closest monster that she can. And then she's going to climb straight up.
Mm-hmm. And once she's up, what would she do?
She's going to completely climb out of the whole thing in
Right.
spider form.
Oh, you mean go to the edge and climb up the walls where the stairs were?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sprinting to the edge then. Okay, so we'll say that would probably be I think that's an athletics check, is you're trying to get to the edge as quickly as possible.
Now, is Sudi still kicking her? Or is she going a different route?
I think that would have happened first round if we're talking like a half mile per round.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, these aren't really rounds,
right?
So with the skills challenge thing, it's over a period of time, and this period of time is not strictly 6 seconds. It's more like, several minutes. So would Sudi be trying to stop her or hinder her? Or?
If she's not see if you didn't seem like she could be kicked within like a close distance, then Sudi will figure if she makes it out, she can deal with her later.
Okay, so I guess the same as last round. If Sudi succeeds, it counts as a bad outcome for the group.
Well, so she is within kicking distance then?
I think you could probably catch her if you wanted to, yeah.
Well, I just meant like if she's climbing up near Sudi.
Yeah, I think she is, because you guys were pretty close to each other anyway.
Okay.
And I don't think a spider is significantly faster than a human, is it?
No, 30 feet.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do those rolls.
I got a nat 20.
You got a nat 20. Okay, so that is 2 bad for the group. Quinn.
That's a 14 plus 5. I got a 19.
Okay, so that is a success for the group. Nona.
That's a 22.
22 total, non-natural 20.
Correct. 18 on the die plus 4.
Okay, so that's 1 success for the group. Wid.
Tempted to argue for advantage because I'm in spider form, but and I don't have to do ability checks for climbing in spider form, but
Probably
we'll give it a
not.
shot. Yeah. That's a 21.
21. All right, that's a success. Mavly. Did I forget to ask what Mavly was doing?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yes, you definitely did.
Sorry.
Mavly is currently with Lee, and she's going to look up at Nona and say, Nona, she's yelling for her, pick one, Lee or the child.
I have the kid.
Oh, then she's going to yell at Quinn. Quinn, pick one, Lee or the child.
We can take them both. I have the kid.
Then she gets up and runs towards Quinn and leaves Lee.
Okay. Okay. What sort of role do you think that this would be? Athletics?
Probably, if I'm trying to catch up to Quinn.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh. That is a 7.
That is a 7. Okay, so that counts as a failure.
Accidentally picks Lee up.
Lee's
So wait,
grabs onto
you're
her
leaving Lee and her sister? Is that what you meant by child?
No, there's only one child that's left, right?
I thought it was Lee's sister and then Quinn's sibling.
Quinn has Lee's sister, yeah.
Yeah. Quinn has Lee's
Yeah.
sister.
I think maybe when you got cut off, you might have missed that. I grabbed
Yeah,
Lee's
I
sister,
definitely did miss that.
and
So-
Nona has
Has
my
yours.
sister.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I would definitely run after the kids and leave Lee.
Okay. Maya.
That was, I had rolled a 17, although I'm not sure exactly which modifier I'm adding. That be
What
is
do
that
you
for
what is-
insight?
what is the silent one trying to do?
Well, currently trying to we kind of talked in chat a bit about a deception versus insight check to see if the silent one can decipher if Quinn has truly joined his side or
Right. Okay. So
Or if this is a,
yeah, that would be an insight check.
yeah, I had rolled when you had asked everyone to roll. I don't know if you want me to re-roll again.
No, that's fine.
I rolled a 17, and let me double check to see what wisdom, what insight. Insight is all
Insight
right.
is wisdom
Dirty
based.
20.
Okay, 20. And what was it the Quinn rolled? I forgot. It was a
19.
19. Okay,
Oh.
so
Good shot.
you're pretty sure that she's not genuine. So what that will do is that will turn Quinn's success into a failure.
Worth a shot. Good try.
Okay. So after 2 rounds of this skills challenge, you are tied at 7-7. So I think I would like to do one more roll. And I will let you as a group kind of come up with a plan, how you think that you guys will escape this area, and come up with a roll and who should make it to determine your success or failure.
Do not use an arrow for the wagon.
+1 to wisdom already, Mavly.
See, I can learn. It just takes a while. All I want to do is get to the kids and do a little healing.
Any sort of flavor-y about the fact that the Nameless God has a bonfire underneath them?
So actually, I do have a little bit that I should probably add for you. Hang on. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
we
so
could let Nancy roll it.
two rounds later. So after the 2 rounds of skill challenge, a second and third hooked appendage reach up from the altar below to pull the Nameless God up from the abyss. All sound in the room instantly vanishes as it is consumed by the Nameless God. If you glance back, on the off chance that any of you glance back, you look back to see only the purple throb of the abyss, an infinite vastness of stars surrounded by a strange chitinous mass of teeth, only to realize that the cosmos itself is the thing that approaches. You have seen the true face of the forgotten evil.
But I love space.
The
Right?
bonfire that you form beneath it is pulled into the abyss and vanishes from sight.
Sudi's staring right at this because she just kicked Wit in that direction.
You, based on the speed that the Nameless God is moving, you think you probably have enough time to make the run back to the archway at the temple entrance.
That's what
So-
Sudi's gonna do.
So what are the surviving members of the group doing?
I feel like we're all probably running of some fashion.
Okay, sprinting at full speed.
So does anyone have really good athletics? Guess.
Not
We
me.
did.
Yeah,
We
Plus
did.
1.
I have a +2.
I have +1 and inspiration.
But your roll might count against us.
Okay.
Could Nona try and like shove the gibbering Mauler off of the temple into the void?
You're a bit far away from the pit at this point.
You have a
Okay.
child. No.
I'm protecting the child by exterminating
shoving
a
a-
monster.
By shoving it into a monster. That's brilliant, Nona.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're close enough that I can hear your criticism.
Super good. But yeah, by all means, do that. 100%. Don't kill the baby.
Woo! We're all babies and we're all being killed right now.
What I'm gonna bet is we wind up living, and then we have to listen to Z tell us how terribly the nameless God actually escapes and takes over the town, and it's our fault.
Okay, but what makes you think the nameless god is gonna stop just at the town?
A time that
That's
Z
the
has to
only part we get
expound
to
on
see
this.
before we're destroyed.
It's the last song from Little Shop of Horrors all over again.
The Nameless God's new sigil is a wagon.
Also, Nancy, I sent you a message. Okay, so have we decided on an ability check for that
I
final?
think we're gonna let Quinn roll athletics or something to run away.
I mean,
Maybe, maybe acrobatics?
Yeah, let's do that.
You're muted, Quinn.
If the group agrees, we've all been here and we have seen the dice decide.
Well, how might other people help Quinn in this task? See if you can justify me giving her advantage.
I could web the child onto my back and it can stay there, so she doesn't
Oh.
have to carry it.
I
He's
like
helping by not attacking Wid right now.
Nona has shown a safe way to get across the thing without falling into secret traps. So far.
Okay. Quinn,
Mhm.
go ahead and make your Dex acrobatics to kind of maneuver the group's way out of this temple and to safety.
Shit, that's a 19 plus 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to describe to us how Quinn leads the group out of this temple and back up the stairs to the gate?
I do not. Ma, come on, friends. We go this way. Follow Nona.
Beautiful. Wonderfully done.
All right. And as Quinn hops up between the floating stair steps and maybe tosses a rope down and anchors it for other people to climb up, you make your way up the vast expanse of disconnected stairs leading out of the infernal pit from which the nameless God is rising. With the awakening of the nameless God, once you pass through the gate, taking you back into the forest with the trees of bone and flesh, the trees crack loudly as if on fire, splitting their fleshy bark, exposing pulsating, oozing red interiors. Pustules burst all around them as strands of dark moss fall in clumps. As they pass beneath one particularly large flesh tree, it begins to emit a rasping sound, which grows louder as you see this tree reach for you. With multiple hideous faces composed of eyes, long descending jaws, and countless fetuses hanging from its branches, giving a low rattle. What do you do?
How many gates have we passed through?
You passed through one just now.
Cool.
Wid is team running the whole way.
Nona's also team running the whole way.
You don't think that this might be? What if we go off the trail here? Do we pop back to the beginning again, or is that not yet?
I don't think that's yet. I think we have to get into the calm place first. Also, I feel like if we were wrong, then we'll just all die. We gotta die at a certain point instead. Come on, guys. Let's go die somewhere else.
The sword was left behind with Lee.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't even think about that until right now.
Can the sword
Unless-
possess her again?
Ooh.
Since the sword is so close to the nameless one, will it activate on its own like it did before?
I mean, if it does, you wouldn't know.
Well, I know, but I want to know.
So do you continue running, try to disengage the tree, or will you engage the tree?
I don't want to engage the tree. We are not getting. I've been married once. That's a bad joke.
I appreciated it from a reality standpoint.
Okay. I will allow you to actively disengage with the tree to avoid getting hit as you are basically sprinting past. And then within an hour, you pass the last of the cracking trees. And then it's another 6 hours until you reach the gnarled black trees. And then another hour, the old archway slowly climbs into view.
Are you feeling tired yet?
Oh, you are exhausted. Not mechanically exhausted yet, but you are certainly
Getting there.
yeah. Fueled by being pursued by the void itself, you have a choice. You can hurry through the stretch of the gray and blackened forest, which, if you recall, will take about 18 hours. Or you can risk stopping.
Or we try the off the path technique.
But this isn't the great. These aren't the same trees as the pretty trees that change color, right?
Where the white
No,
tree
these
is
are
where we
the-
started.
These are the gray and black ones. The ones that look burnt.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So this is like the second forest, right?
Mhm.
The middle forest. I'm worried that if we go off the path, we'll just find ourselves back where we started in the other direction.
Yeah, no, and it's not time for that anyway.
Natalie
Uh,
walks off the path.
Mavly
Actually,
walks off the path into a burnt and blackened forest.
Can you still see me?
Natalie, come back here right now.
Well, it's not working like it used to work.
Okay, well, maybe this place. isn't the place where it was working before.
I'm gonna go with correct. Gonna take a couple more steps into the forest a little more. Can you still see me?
Yes.
I'm gonna bend down really low and curl it a ball. Can you still see me?
Well, honestly, my eyes aren't what they used to be. Got so much blood in them.
I'm telling you, I am not back at the beginning of the path. I'm gonna stand back up and
Alright.
come back over.
All right, good. Okay, cool.
She's just pausing in the path for a few minutes, taking a breather. She's still a little disoriented after having lost her memories.
Mhm. Okay.
Where's Lee?
Look, I have 2 healing spells left, and we've got the kids. I made a call.
You made a call. I have healing too. And so does
Yeah.
Wid.
You're really good at it.
I can't heal in my creature form.
Are you in your creature form right now?
No, it's been too long, but at the time I was in spider form.
Well, yeah, but like,
You can't heal, but you can kill.
So we're not moving.
I
I
don't
mean, I'm-
even know who these people are. I'm gesturing to Sudi and Wid.
fuck, I forgot. Sorry.
Mavly
you
dropped
forgot.
Lee. She didn't even take her back. And
He's
Quinn is
heavy.
going to stab Mavly with a dagger.
Well, that's exciting.
Awesome. Roll to hit.
That's so cute when you said that, actually.
Which dagger?
The murder one.
The one that matters.
Um,
Is this the torture one or the
Second.
bleeding one?
I have the torture one.
Okay.
so I rolled a 14 plus 6, dirty 20.
Yeah, I think that hits.
Okay. Woo!
Ah!
The 3 plus 4, 7 damage.
Oh, that's sneak attack, by the way.
Oh, okay. Give me a second.
That was a surprise hit. Yeah.
So 7 plus 9, 16.
Okay.
16 points of damage.
Holy fuck.
As
Quinn.
you thrust the dagger into Mavly, the blood that would drip from the wound and drip down Mavly's side instead is sucked into the blade as you feel that
I'm gonna
all
try to hold
too-
on to it.
all too welcome sense of relief, Quinn, as the
And
blade
Sudi
feeds.
tackle Quinn.
Okay.
So grapple check, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Athletic?
advantage to escape grapple checks, so let's go.
Is
Yep.
that athletics?
Yep, that is athletics. And for Quinn, it is acrobatics or athletics.
We'll go acrobatics.
Okay, I got a 15 to tackle Quinn.
17 plus 4, 21, and 19. So 21.
So Sudi lunges for Quinn, who nimbly weasels out of the way and like steps back. Did you pull your dagger out of Mavly or?
That's the
Yeah,
question.
she's gonna stick it in Sudi.
Okay.
Mavly was definitely trying to twist away with the dagger still in because she knows what it does to Quinn.
Okay. So let me ask real quick. Do we need to roll initiative right here?
Probably.
Okay, let's do that.
What kind of music is PvP?
That one.
19.
All right.
That's 20 plus 2.
All right,
Oh
let's
my
do it.
God.
Quinn, what'd you get?
Quinn is at
22.
22.
22. Wow. Sudi?
19.
Nona?
0.
You got a 0?
Yeah. I rolled a nat 1 and I have a -1 to initiative.
Okay.
He just
Uh,
stands there and watches.
Wid?
10.
10. And Mavly?
15.
And Lee's ghost.
Okay. Quinn, I believe you're stabbing Sudi again,
Mhm.
or stabbing Sudi.
Hey,
Yep.
where are the kids right now?
I'm still holding one.
Did,
One is on Wid's back.
She's not in spider form anymore, but yeah,
Okay.
she'll be carrying it.
What'd you
Okay.
get?
I didn't roll yet.
Okay.
Okay. 13 plus 6, 19 to hit.
19 to hit. I believe that will hit Sudi. Right, Sudi? 19?
Pretty sure it does. Yeah, it does.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
7 damage.
7?
Yeah.
7 points of damage.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Quinn?
No.
Okay, Sudi.
What weapons does Quinn have?
Quinn has a
And
dagger and a crossbow, right?
a short sword.
And a short sword.
And Quinn is one of the people that Sudi liked, so she's a little hesitant still to just attack her full on. How many weapons can she yank away? Potentially.
So you're trying to grab some of Quinn's
She's
items?
like a little kid who has dangerous things that she shouldn't have.
Uh-huh.
That's how Sudi sees her right now.
Okay, so are you trying to take the weapon out of her hand, or take the weapons off of her, like?
Just like throw him into the forest.
Okay. So disarm is typically a battle master maneuver. In this case, I think I would allow you to do a sleight of hand check. And I think that this is going to be resisted by Quinn like a grapple.
Okay.
It's a little bit unorthodox, but we'll try it out.
So you
That's a
need
5.
to make a roll.
Yeah.
It's also a 5, but with advantage, 14.
Okay, so Sudi tries to grab Quinn's weapons. Quinn is a fast little gnome. And she squirms away from you again. Just like when you tried to grapple her. You try to grab her weapons and she worms out of the way. Mavly, what are you doing as this is occurring?
Well, Mavly is staring in horror at her little bitty buddy, and this is the second tiny creature that has done completely and utterly unexpected things, though one of them went a way that she didn't expect, and then the other one went the way she didn't expect. So she's going to cast Dissonant Whispers at level 2 on Quinn's sister, or whoever it is.
Oh.
It's a wisdom save of 13.
You mean
Oh,
Lee's sister?
No,
Okay.
I don't remember if Quinn is a
The
little
one that
brother
I'm
or
holding?
yeah,
the one that Nona's holding.
that one.
Am I? Okay.
Okay.
Does it have to be within line of sight?
She is within line of sight. Okay, I rolled a 3 for her save. What is the damage? She has 6 hit points, FYI.
It is 66. Or I'm sorry, no, it's wait, I just rolled 6 damage. It's 3d6.
So you rolled 6 damage?
Yes. Oh, it's 4d6. I need to roll again. And that was a 6.
Okay. So as Quinn and Sudi are kind of going at it, Mavli kind of glares at this little girl who begins to scream. I assume she's either on Nona's back or like holding her hand or something to that effect.
I'm holding her in my arms.
Okay,
still.
holding her in your arms.
Is this
So
something that
she-
I can intercept?
It's not. So she begins to scream, and as her screams get louder and begin to hoarse as it cracks in her throat, you see her nose starts to bleed, and then her ears and her eyes start to bleed, and then eventually she passes out. And holding her in your arms, you can feel that she has stopped breathing.
Can I give her my lay on hands?
Mavli, is that all you're doing?
I am going to then let's see. Oh, I'm going to inspire Quinn. And say, how am I going to do that? 1 second. Oh, may the wombat of happiness snuffle through your underbrush.
Awesome. So bardic inspiration, is that
Yes, for Quinn.
okay? So that's a d6 on attacks and skill checks, right?
Correct. Or she could utilize a mote of potential, and she can use that on a saving throw to gain temporary hit points equal to the number rolled on the inspiration die plus 3.
Cool. Anything else?
No, that's all. Or
Cool.
actually, nope, I'm going to say, Nona, what'd you do?
That's fine. Weird.
What did you do, Mavli? What did you do?
How would you know it's me?
Weird, it's your turn.
Is it unclear how that happened?
Mavli, does dissonant whispers have verbal, somatic, or material components? I don't
1
recall.
second, I'm pulling it up right now. You whisper a melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear. So only the kid would have heard it.
There you go.
And the kid is
If you're whispering
like-
or your mouth
Your
is
lips are
moving.
moving.
I would have definitely, like with Quinn stabbing me, I would have had my lips moving for frickin' sure. Ow, 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 fucking ow. This bitch just stabbed me. We were friends. Ow.
the kid is clearly dead. Is that
Yeah. Yeah, I
So-
think so. I imagine everybody's attention was kind of on Quinn and Sudi, and then the kids started to scream. And then moments later, the child was dead in Nona's arms.
Okay, this is the second time a child has died in the arms.
Oh, that's a good point. Make a sanity check, Nona.
What was the first time?
In our previous game. Make that sanity check. I think this would be extremely traumatizing.
Do I need to make one too?
Oh, it's your sister. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I think, you know what? I think we're just going to fail that. I don't care.
Okay. Let me get a number here for you. Okay. That is going to be 8 sanity damage.
That's fine.
And you are over 150. You
I
are
am.
losing
Oh,
you are
great.
losing your grip on reality. You do not know for sure what is real and what is not. You are
Yeah, well,
hallucinating, you are
what's
hearing
new?
things.
What's fucking new?
And Quinn?
I rolled a 14.
Okay, I think you are also going to take 8 points of sanity damage. Pushing you just that more over the edge. Okay, what is Whip doing?
So how many wild shapes does Wid have left? It's kind of confusing.
So while you were being NPC'd, you were not using wild shapes. So any shapes you've used since then would have counted.
Which I think is only 2.
I think is 2, yeah. The gator and the spider. Or no, I gave you
The gator was
no.
free, but it was the spider twice.
correct. Yep.
Mhm.
And do I have more at level 4? How many do I even have right now? I'm not sure how many I have, Zia. I don't know if you know offhand. But
It should say on your character sheet. I can pull it up real quick. Assuming my Wi-Fi cooperates.
Doesn't say because it's a bonus action. So it doesn't list it like as a spell or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
In your class features?
Let me look under features.
My app is being really slow.
Looks like 2 per short rest, I think.
Okay, 2 per short rest. So I think you have used both of your wild shapes this short rest.
Okay. Then Wid is going to sit down and take a short rest.
You're just gonna
And-
sit there while your party members are at each other's throats. Okay.
Okay, so Wid sits down as all this is happening. Nona.
And she'll try to, comfort the human child that she has or interact with her in some fashion.
Okay.
Wid turns away from all the crazy people and just walks off with the remaining child. Nope, I'm done with all of you crazy people. I knew I shouldn't have come here today. Could be home with my sheep, but no, here we are.
What sheep, Mavly? What sheep?
She forgot her sheep.
Forgot the sheep. Too soon, it was too soon.
Hucklebee's just her pet name for you now, and you don't even remember her.
All of the bad forgetfulness.
All right, Nona.
I had a really good plan and now everything about it is ruined. And I'm
I apologized in advance.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
I'm not. Look, if I was actually playing Survivor, you would owe me like $1 million right now.
But we're not. So what is Nona doing?
So don't freaking quote it to me. Okay, but normally when a player hits 0, then you can at least stabilize them before they die. So
What
why
are we
can't
talking about?
like why is the child dead?
It is unconscious. It is at 0.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's going to heal the child.
Okay.
Yeah. And she actually has almost all of her lay on hands still, which is surprising. I forgot about that.
Wait, didn't you use most of your laying on of hands?
Oh no, I was reading the total. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
She's
I was
going
like, wait a
to
minute.
she's gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, casting Cure Wounds on the kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll for that beautiful HP.
Okay, that is a 5. 5 HP.
Okay, and yeah, I'll let you describe what this looks like and the
Okay.
child's response.
So this is all happening at once. What the fuck, Mavly? Okay, sorry. I just had to
No.
get that out of my system.
Okay, to be clear, Nona does not know that Mavly did it.
I know. That was just me getting it out of my system. Okay. Okay, so what happens is all of her friends are fucking fighting and killing each other after we just worked for like who knows how the fuck long to stay fucking alive. And now her only hope is to get this one child that she has out the door. And she will do anything to protect this child. And for some reason, she is dying. She's dying. And she's bleeding, and there's no reason why. So she's going to just shut her eyes like Jedi style, so she can like perceive any threats that are real. And as she does it, she's going to basically wrap her whole body around this child, and she mutters like a prayer to her god and like shushing noises.
Mm-hmm.
The child kind of like curls up into a ball in her arms, and we're kind of both just shaking together. And then she's going to turn to all of you. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing, but we need to protect these children, and somehow what you are doing almost killed her. So I'm leaving, and you all better like shape the fuck up. And she's gonna walk away.
Okay.
Sweetie
Come sit
points
next
at
to Wid.
Quinn and says, "She stabbed Mavly."
Yeah, she better shape the fuck up.
Definite stabbing. Ow.
When you guys have stopped trying to kill each other, then maybe I'll heal you.
Is it my turn now?
Also, you know that your sister almost died now.
Yes.
That's it.
Whose turn is it?
That was Nona's turn. So it's Quinn.
Okay. So there are a couple of things Quinn wants to do. She wants to start by biting Mavly and trying to sleight of hand the what is it? The caltrip back.
The caltrip, yeah. The lucky
And-
caltrip.
Mm-hmm. And then go over to Nona. Use her movement to walk towards and with Nona.
Okay. Is that it?
I mean, what? What do I need to do something?
No.
I don't need to like damage for the bite or
If you
like a
want to.
hand for the caltrip.
So the caltrip isn't a damage dealing thing, right?
If she
Right.
just wants to steal it from me without me knowing.
Oh, sleight of
Yeah,
hand.
And
so that would
biting
be
her to distract.
so that would be so that would be sleight of hand.
Mhm. 14. And then she's gonna run up to Nona and, oh my God, are you okay? And she's gonna lay the caltrip in on her person. And she's the sight of seeing her sister practically die has shaken her out of this a bit, and she's going to just walk with Nona and Quim and forget everybody behind her.
Okay. What was your role for?
14.
Okay.
Are you? Can
Sudi.
I? But so she half initiated talking to me, so I think Nona would be like, she's all right for now. I think you owe Mavly an apology.
If Mavly needs to get bit again, I'll say sorry afterwards.
All right. Is anybody else going to attack? If not, we can leave combat.
I don't know, Sudi, Mavly.
Sudi still wants to take Quinn's weapons because she clearly can't be trusted with them.
Use them very well.
You can't take the dagger from her. It's impossible.
What do I roll to try?
No, I mean, like, it'll, never mind.
Okay.
Are you going to try to steal it, Sudi?
Yeah, just whatever weapons are within reach, she's like gonna take them and make sure she has as few weapons as possible. So sleight of hand.
If you're trying to do it sneakily, yeah. Unless you want to try and hold her down and take them away forcefully.
I got an unnatural 20.
And then I roll acrobatics. That's 16 and that's 15. So 16.
Okay. So as I think as Quinn tries, or like kind of as the situation kind of de-escalates a little bit, maybe Quinn is not particularly paying attention at this moment in time. And Sudi's hands sneak in and grab, I'm going to say, her short sword and her crossbow and like yank them away.
And she just tosses them in the forest next to the path.
Judy, what are you doing? Haven't you learned from my interactions with Nona that that's not okay?
That stabbing people isn't okay?
None of this is okay.
I'm resisting the urge to stab because I'm so focused on my sister right now.
I'm gonna turn back to Mavli because she hasn't said anything yet because it hasn't been her turn, but she's gonna do it anyway. Be like, Mavli, are you okay?
Yeah, it is Mavli's turn, by the way.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Go on. Just keep moving. Go ahead.
Are you coming with us, Mavli? Stab. I can lick your wounds, probably. Not because it'll taste
You
good,
bit
but
me. We were friends. I trusted you. I admired you. I cared for you. I left Lee behind so that I could put a healing spell on your sister.
you don't.
And then you
we're
stabbed
not
me.
friends anymore.
Oh,
Friends stab
sweetie.
friends, Mavli,
Really? Cool. Can
and
I?
then they help them lick their wounds.
Go right ahead. Can I stab you back?
Maybe later.
Sounds fantastic. Mavli's gonna just wait until they walk away. She's staying at the rear with the beer and the gear.
Mhm.
Oh, did she pick up the weapons that Sudi threw into the forest?
Yeah, you could have weapons now, Mavli.
You say stab you back or stab you in the back?
Nona, I'm still kind of thinking that you did something to that kid just like you did to Edie.
Yeah, about that. You've been being real mean to me.
Yeah.
And I really want you to stop.
Well, if I don't have consent, I guess that's not a firm yes. So, Nona, you're such a great person. I really appreciate your efforts to stop killing people.
Thanks.
Hey, Mavli, if you and Nona can make up, we definitely can be friends again.
Didn't Wid like move on? Is Wid not like leaving with the
So
child?
Wid is sitting there.
Wid is sitting down.
Wid is trying to, I mean, I don't know if a child is remotely awake or catatonic or what, but she's going to hum a wordless tune and try to feed and water the child.
Yeah, the children are essentially traumatized to the point of catatonia. So they're immensely pliable.
She's going to get some water in her and one good berry at least.
Oh, poor kid.
I could
Mavli's
use a
gonna
good
pull out a
berry.
good berry and give it to Kess. She had some in her pocket.
Okay.
Or wait, I'm sorry.
So are you guys going to stay here for an hour for a short rest? Or
I think we need to let the kids recover. I think we need to recover. I don't think we have to worry about going off the path here. I'm a little wounded. So I think waiting here is a fantastic idea.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, while you guys rest for an hour, just on the other side of that forest. Hey, Maya. what's the silent one up to?
Well, first things first, do I get my thing back yet, or would I still roll until I get-
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Thank you. Let's see. How far behind am I from them, and do I know where they're at? Do I know anything of what's going on?
Oh yeah, you absolutely know where they're at. And I think you've probably been watching them, and you've been watching as their minds have shattered and they've turned on one another.
All right. I'm
And you are getting a sick pleasure, almost to the point of ecstasy from it. Like, this is good stuff. This
Good
is
soup.
what you intended.
let me just hang on. I'm sending you a message on Discord.
Silent one is such a jerk.
Aw, thanks.
All the little people that were so cool, like maybe 8 hours ago, are a lot less cool now.
I have sent you a thing regarding ideas over Discord. Sorry, y'all.
Okay. Sounds good. No and yes.
That's good. No, yes. Okay. Cool. I would like to do all of those things, please, and thank you.
Okay, cool. Feel free to communicate with said individual at your will. You can do so in PMs if you like.
Oh, that's
And
behind the scenes action.
when the two of you come to a decision, let me know and I will implement it.
Okie doke. Interesting.
Awesome. Okay. So, after an hour sitting
bless
in
you.
this dreary, burnt, smoke-filled forest, you may complete a short rest and use any hit dice that you have remaining.
Yeah, how hurt is everyone?
Sudi's not too bad.
Chrissy, is Nona damaged at all? You're muted if you're talking.
Yeah, but I'm about to use some hit points, so I think I'll be okay.
Big foofy cat.
Although she probably could use a good berry.
There's a few extra that Mavly gave me. She'll pass one to you.
What is it with everybody taking my stuff and giving it to Nona?
What else have I been given?
Oh, ask Quinn.
What?
Mavly, we have different priorities right now. You need to put aside whatever
The
this
hell
is so we
are
can get out of
you?
here.
Why are you here?
He's a child murderer.
Oh, then why is it carrying the why is this person carrying a child if it's a child? Well, wait a minute. I guess Nona's a child murderer and still carrying a child. So you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking.
How am I a child? You know what? Don't answer that. I don't want to hear your opinion on how I'm a child murderer.
Edie was like 18.
And Lee was also like 18.
I didn't kill Lee. Lee was dead. I just saved a spell slot. There's only so much I can do. I'm not like a grandmaster paladin. I mean, we would have had one if Lee hadn't killed her too.
He was
Oh,
trouble.
so you remember who Lee, you remember that Lee killed a paladin, but you don't remember who Lee is?
I definitely remember Lee. I just don't know these people. And she gestures to Sudi and Wid.
Ah. All right. Well, I'm just going to take my personal lapses in memory as canon.
Okay.
Completely
I'll accept
viable.
that. Yeah, that's logical.
I think that's a good idea. Combined.
So after this hour, do you continue?
Yeah.
You can hear, by the way, the sounds of the Nameless God growing closer to you.
Does anyone else hear that?
What were the sounds again? Like
The sounds.
slithering?
So have you ever seen like the Never-Ending Story? So you know the Nothing.
Hmm.
The Nameless God is essentially the Nothing.
And what did the nothing sound like?
See, I didn't realize we needed a movie night before we had D&D.
So
That's like the
but-
second time you referenced it.
Yeah, so like before the arrival of the Nameless God, like before it's within like your proximity, there's like this howling that gets not necessarily howling, but like howling of wind and crashing and destruction. And as it gets to a certain point, it just stops and there's silence. And everything within this certain vicinity of it just gets pulled into oblivion.
Cool.
My recollection has it sounding like a sandstorm, kind of.
Essentially, yeah.
Judy agrees that she hears it. She says, "We should leave before he does."
All right. Fueled by being pursued by the void itself, you continue through the gray and blackened forest. The trees gradually shift from dense to sparse, and the temperature rises as you reach the mysterious clear liquid. As you continue through the muck for 2 hours, an eerie silence hangs in the air. This may have been the case since you left the cracking trees, but you only just now noticed it. You continue traveling for another 2 hours before you see the cave entrance. 2 hours later, the terrain gradually returns from swamp to a dense forest of dark blues, browns, greens, and vibrant purples. Your limbs burn, and your raw feet throb and ache as the final archway comes into view around a bend. I need each of you to roll exhaustion, so Constitution saves at disadvantage.
Can I use inspiration on a disadvantage?
So inspiration will you roll your disadvantage, and then you can use inspiration to roll again, to roll just one more die.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna risk it this time because the numbers are too close. So I got a 10.
Oh, thank you, Maya. That is very helpful. So how are we doing on con saves?
Wid got an 11.
And got an 8.
Ellie got a 16.
And a 10 for Sudi.
18 for Mavely.
Whoa.
They can't all be crap rolls just when it doesn't matter.
Okay, so anybody below a 17 gains a point of exhaustion.
Wait, so sorry. I zoned the fuck out. What did you say?
Anyone below a 17 on that roll gains a point of exhaustion.
Is there a place for that on the sheet? Does anyone know?
There is. It is under conditions, I think.
And what were the effects of exhaustion?
Level 1 exhaustion, you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
I don't see it under conditions. Oh,
It's
here
at
we
the
go.
bottom.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
To clear my roll. Thank you.
Is Mavely the only one not exhausted? Because if so, that's not fun.
My feelings are hurt. I'm just playing the game.
So am I,
Okay.
Mavely.
So you have arrived at an archway just around the bend.
This is the final gate that needs to be sealed. Is that where we're at or no?
No, we still have to go through
The ooze tunnel,
the ooze tunnel, the
time gate passage.
the skin, bones,
Hmm.
flesh place, the place where we found the shields, tunnel, then gate.
Okay.
So where are we then? Where are we near the white tree? Are we to the place with the white tree yet?
No.
Okay.
Hang on. Yeah, if you had one level already, you're now level 2. And level 2 exhaustion reduces your movement speed by 1/2. So as you continue through, you begin to notice that Quinn is starting to lag behind. She's very clearly very tired. But you pass through the archway. And as you glance back, you can see the sections of the forest behind you that you pass through. You see the Nameless God rising out from where the huge fortress would have been. Its massive tendrils reaching towards the crimson bleeding sky with bolts of red lightning crashing all around. You can see it in its time dilated, now slowed form, moving much faster than you would have expected it to be moving, as if the dilation is affecting Now only the trees, the area that the Nameless God is in, but it has somehow bypassed that time slowing effect of his prison. And it is approaching toward you. As you continue through the dense forest for 4 hours, then 4 more, then 4 more. Eventually, you come to a point where you see hanging from one of the trees on the side is a small cocoon, about human-sized, with a slender muscular arm hanging out and strands of long hair peeking between some of the hardened threads of the cocoon, hanging just immediately off the side of the path. As you approach closer, you hear a mumbling inside, almost a screaming, something of a cry for help, a desperate plea.
Duty says, the spider has not fed.
And
Okay,
the cocoon
that's creepy.
kind of,
What does it sound like? Does it sound like anything we're familiar with? Is it
Does
like
that arm look human?
make a history check.
Both of us?
I
Got a
got all the friends
14.
I need right here.
Yeah, Wid just
Friends
walks
that
by it.
stab people. I got a 9 for history.
9.
Mavely got a 14?
14. Mavely, the voice sounds very, very familiar.
Like in a good way?
It sounds like Lee.
Duty leans in to the cocoon and whispers, the half-blick ma.
Oh, that's just creepy. Okay, I'm not willing to get in front of the bitey licky one over there. Why don't you go stab the cocoon?
Okay, no, but
Tiny
before you
little
do,
freak.
just she's gonna do. She needs to check it out. Okay, Nona needs to check it out, and she's going to
Is Nona talking in the third person? Are you okay
do the
back there,
divine sense.
Grandma? You all right? Asking for a friend.
Which friend?
The one that's stuck in the cocoon, for the love of God. You know, you just, Quinn, you stay over there. Mavely's gonna go up and start to
she's-
pull at the web.
Wait, no. Let me just check.
We don't have time for this, Nona. We don't have time for any of this. Have you looked behind us? We need to go.
We need to go. Don't you remember when we thought Edie was Edie?
Can we trust anything that we see right now? We need to go.
Okay, fine. I don't have to do channel divinity.
Then
I just...
if we're not trusting anything, then why are we taking the kids out? Lee is in the cocoon. Open the thing.
You left her behind, Mavely. Now you want to take her with us?
Oh, so you're cool with only selectively peeking when to take people and when not to. Very, very typical.
What?
And also extraordinarily confusing.
How
Is
could
the
she
silent
be
one more
her?
than one person? Just open the cocoon. I'm pulling at the webbing.
Wait,
Yeah,
we should
as
probably
you-
set it on fire.
Yeah, Wid'll put a bonfire underneath it. Like completely.
While
on
I'm
fire.
standing there.
While
super
you're
Sure.
calm.
standing there.
We don't have
don't-
time for this. We don't have time. Even if it looks like Lee, we know it's not Lee. It can't possibly be Lee. We need to keep going.
So
Can you
as
keep-
as Mavely starts pulling the threads away, as as Wid starts the bonfire, I think the bonfire is quickly going to burn away the threads of this cocoon, and then as Lee falls down out of this cocoon, onto the bonfire, and begins to take some damage from this fire. Lee, what's going on? How does Lee feel about this?
Well, she would not be pleased. She would feel like she's in the barn burning down kind of scenario and be very panicked about it and kind of spring out to the best of her somewhat conscious ability to remove herself from the source of heat.
Judy sees Lee come out and just turns her back and keeps walking, showing she doesn't care about her.
Sudi, if I had my crossbow, I could shoot her.
Lee looks super disoriented and kind of looks around at the group and kind of frantically looks around until she sets eyes on her sister Pia, and it's like she takes a breath for the first time after noticing her sister is still in the group.
Does Lee have the sword?
She does not have the sword.
Then Wood doesn't care. She keeps walking. In fact, she will light a bonfire wherever you're standing and keep walking.
Sudi shoves Wit off the path.
I am carrying the human child, just FYI.
Okay, she's not paying attention to that. She just shoves you off the path. Like, you're attacking people again. You're a horrible person.
You think that's really Lee? Sudi, you think that's Lee?
Wait, you lit me on fire and then you're also holding my sister? Is that what's going on right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm carrying your sister.
Okay. Lee kind of
I'm carrying Lee's sister, I guess I'll say that.
is just looking at you aghast and not saying anything.
Maybe at this point is a good time for Nona to sense evil or whatever it is religious people do. Or maybe have Quinn stab her. I don't know. Apparently that proves something. I'm not sure.
It doesn't always prove something. Remember when we stabbed fake Quinn?
Sudi says to Wit, sometimes you kill, sometimes you heal. You never know what you do. You think trees are for looking.
And all you do is attack us. Your own party. Are you going to help us? Or are you just out for yourself, Sudi?
Okay, to be fair, you did throw rocks at her for a very long time.
He killed my brother.
I don't think that's accurate. I think she was trying to save the brother, but kind of missed. And being a clumsy person myself,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So she accidentally shot a web.
look,
And-
you are a
and then
protective
I
grandma
accident-
person, not trying to figure out how to. Does Wid ever? I don't even know this person. You, I know, and I know what you're capable of. I
She's
have
gonna channel divinity. She's gonna just do it.
such high expectations, Nona. You are
Okay.
one of the few people I admire.
Or not channel divinity, sorry, divine sense.
Yeah,
They're
divine
so
sense.
similar.
As you use your divine sense,
I'm preparing for it to
Mhm.
blow me the fuck away because someone is out.
Mhm.
So I'm not trying to be
Yeah. So
caught
you,
off guard by that.
you open your senses to your divine sense, and you do detect that familiar entity which you have identified as the Silent One.
Mhm.
Off behind you in the woods, about 90 feet, seemingly creeping on you, as it has done so often before.
90. Oh no, I can't.
Or 60, whatever
60.
the
It has to be
range-
60.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever the range was.
The Silent One is such a bitch. Right at the edge of your spell. Right at the edge of your spell.
Yeah, he's edging me. It's awful.
The
He-
worst.
yeah, he's edging you.
Consent, please.
Okay. So am I getting any other readings? Celestial, fiend,
Um,
from off the path, from the cocoon?
it detects aberrations, correct?
Maybe.
Well, only within 60 feet. So no, you would only read the Silent One behind you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
So Lee's out of her cocoon thing at this
Yep.
point, right? And she's just kind of looking at you all blankly and says, "Are we setting each other on fire now?"
I
What?
don't believe it. I mean, she's like stuttering. She's like, the Ilmater has shown me that this isn't the silent one. What do you last remember, Lee?
I don't remember. I don't really remember. I don't know. I was with you guys for and then I'm in this cocoon. I'm really confused about what's going on right now. We were just somewhere else and now I'm here, and
Do you remember the last, like, where was the last place you remember being?
we were at the chasm. And then it just suddenly my chest felt tight. And then I'm apparently on fire. Lee
You
You
kind
don't
of
remember how you got in this cocoon? All right. Well, Lee isn't the silent one, so unless
Apparently,
she's
neither am I. And
something
unfortunately,
else.
neither is Quinn.
It's very
would've-
fortunate that it's not me.
Would have explained a lot, but nah, my little bitty buddy's just a little bitty asshole.
Be stabby. Speaking of stabby, there's no hope in this place. Lee can't be here. Stab.
wait, what kind of stab? The out of character question.
I only have the murderer's dagger left.
Wait, where's the stab?
Oh, where?
Wait, you just
Uh,
okay. So I got out, you tried to set me on fire, and then you just stabbed me and just like Lee's like a little overwhelmed. Like, wait, where's the stab?
Where can she reach?
Reach out. Aren't you very tall?
Yes. Well, I mean, like
So
compared to you at least.
probably in your abdomen area.
Like full dagger in, kind of like. Do I need to take damage for?
If Quinn is trying
Stabbing.
to deal damage, then yeah.
Can I react? Is that something I can do? Please,
So yeah, so the side effect of Quinn being a rogue is she has this nifty thing called sneak attack that when she attacks when you're not expecting it, it hurts. You
To be
can
fair, someone just tried to set me on fire.
you can
Twice.
react after the fact, yeah.
Okay.
I have 22 to hit.
How much?
22 to hit.
Ouch.
And
I'm so tempted to just be like, Yona doesn't even care anymore. But her whole point of her is that she cares.
Wait, what's
You guys, maybe looking at all of this happening, maybe Wit is right and we should just keep walking and maybe we should leave Nona back there because she's the only one that ever, quote, senses the silent one.
Lily just starts to walk away, continuing on the path.
Yeah, Wit's pretty far ahead at this point.
does Lee bleed like a normal human?
You can't tell because it's sucked up into your fucking dagger. No one bleeds like a normal human with that thing.
All
So
right.
that's it. She's gonna deal the 10 damage and
Lee's clutching whatever damage is that wound, and then just like kind of backs away from all of you and just has a look of shock on her face. Is just keeping some distance.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I can. If this is real, and she's like, "Hey guys, I'm
Just like
At-
back
at
away
this
slowly,
point-
clutching around.
Yeah. At this point, most of you, Nona in particular, you're beginning to question your memory if Nona actually, or if Lee actually died. Maybe she's been here with you the whole time and you just lost track of her. Clearly she couldn't have died because she's right here.
Except she doesn't remember anything.
Well, your sanity is shattered and your mind is forcing you to rationalize whatever is going on here. You can't trust what you're seeing. You can't trust your memory.
There is a stranger that's leaving with Lee's child. Is anyone else concerned besides me?
Wid isn't a stranger, Mavly. We've gone over this.
I don't. Mavly just kind of freezes in place and her eyes get really, really wide and she just stands really still.
I look where she's looking.
Nothing unusual.
What? There's something behind me?
Mavly tilts her head a little bit and, oh,
Yeah, as
Nona
Nona
Ellie.
like
I'm
As
so
Nona
excited to
peers
see
off.
you.
sorry, go ahead.
It's been, oh, everyone looks exhausted. What did I miss?
All right, insight check. I can't tell if she's fucking being sarcastic or not.
Okay, sure.
Quinn is gonna just disengage with
That's an 11.
Lee.
She is serious as a heart attack.
Lee is watching everyone kind of critically and tentatively, but kind of her
Are
eyes.
we heading towards?
Yeah.
Which way? Did
Towards
When
Win
and
you have the
City are getting
children?
further
We
away.
need to leave.
Yeah,
We're
towards
trying to
the-
leave as soon as possible, Mavly.
Yeah. Nona, as
Who?
you glance back behind you, you see off in the distance where you had detected that the silent one was. You see off at that far edge of your vision, you see 3 glowing orbs, and then they blink out. And as you're looking around to see where it went, up above you to the side off in the distance, you see 3 glowing orbs.
Oh,
And
like
then
right above
And
me?
then as you blink, they're gone. And then you turn around to walk to catch up with Kess, and you see ahead of Wid, you see 3 glowing orbs, glowing red orbs. And as you squint and kind of blink to make sure you're seeing what you think you're seeing, they're gone.
Oh god.
And seemingly everywhere you look, you catch, whether it's in the corner of your vision or just in the periphery, you see those 3 glowing red orbs.
There's so many.
Ellie, no wonder you're celebrating. Look, Quinn is excited. You've saved at least 2 of the children. Let's go. Onward, you guys.
Because that was the
I've
goal of
s-
saving 2.
Well, 2 is better than none. Who is this person who's very grouchy?
You know what?
And
As
who
long
has
as
the
she
other
likes me.
child? This is such a, I don't,
That's
Ellie?
Wade.
And
Wid. Hello, Wid. Nice to meet you. Okay, let's go.
As you continue to walk, you do so through hours and hours of this seemingly empty, silent forest. And then after some time, in the trees above, you notice the silhouettes of a dozen figures garbed in animal hides, wood, and cloth. The figures bear blades as they drop silently to the ground, eyes aglow with hellish reds and yellows. Once again, they are led by the gaunt figure adorned in the skull of a unicorn and a tattered, fleshy cloak.
Fleshy cloak. Ew. That's just like a ew description.
And as they drop down to the ground, oh, come on. My sound
I
isn't
wasn't
working.
ready for a music change.
Did it change?
It did.
Okay, good.
Okay, good.
It's not changing on my end. So, okay, there we go. So, I would like everyone, including Maya, to roll initiative, please.
These things almost immediately wiped us out. There's no way.
I forget, sorry, is initiative an ability check?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
in that case.
10.
11?
11.
11, although I'm not sure if I add anything.
It would be your dex modifier +4. So you roll +4 plus your dex modifier.
All right. 19 then.
Okay. What did Quinn get? 4.
I got 4. Yeah.
Okay, and Wid
Wood got an 11.
and Nona
10.
and Mavly.
14.
And last but not least, Lee.
18.
This is at disadvantage, then it's a 5 for Sudi.
This is at disadvantage for the exhausted people. Yep. Okay. So, as these figures drop down, Silent One, you are first.
Oh, thank you very much.
For those of you who haven't caught on, this is the individual adorned in the skull of a unicorn with a tattered fleshy cloak.
So, who is the closest one? You know what? How many people can I get with that enchanted gaze?
Anybody who can see you.
Everybody can see me?
I think
can
so.
see you.
Right?
Yeah.
I would like to use my enchanted gaze on anybody who can see me.
Okay.
It is a wisdom saving throw.
Ellie, look, they have a unicorn.
Unicorn bad, Mavly.
Mavly?
That's you.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Sorry, what is the range on that gaze?
I am looking it up right now. It is a 30-foot radius. So I'd
Okay.
like to get as close as I can to get as
Yeah,
many
so you
people
would
as I
you would
can.
be you would need to move towards them because currently the Silent Faithful are 60 feet away.
Yeah, I'm gonna use what movement I gotta move. I'll move where I gotta move to
Okay.
to get as many people as I can.
Great.
And the DC on that is 15. So Z, let me know if it's meets it beats it rules.
It is meets it beats it.
Quinn failed. I don't know if you're adding anything to that. No. Kess fails. Or Wid fails. Unless you're adding anything to that.
Quinn failed and Wid failed.
Yeah. It's like Nona succeeded, Mavlik succeeded, and I am not sure if
How many were affected by that?
he is rolling.
If you
at
could
a
see
pace.
him.
Are you within 30 feet? A 30-foot radius?
I'm probably near Wid right now.
So yeah.
Okay. Which check was this?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Seven.
Okay.
Okay. So those of you who failed,
All right. Anyone who failed is paralyzed and has to roll another wisdom save on their next turn. Or kind of stuck.
I think
luck.
Sudi would have stress at this because last time she was
Oh.
paralyzed when
Oh, yeah.
these people are around.
no. Additionally, those of you who failed are taking 15 stress damage.
Okay.
What was the minimum for that? I missed that.
15.
15 is the DC on that.
And you take you said 15 stress damage?
Mm-hmm. So who failed? Quinn and Sudi
And Wid,
Well,
and Wid.
and me.
And
whoever
Wid.
that is.
Look at Sudi. All right.
What about the kids?
Yeah, what about the kid?
Oh,
I'm still holding the kid in my arms.
Mm-hmm.
are they paralyzed?
So I feel like she would be looking behind me.
Sure.
Oh, you're gonna hold her like back up this way?
Yeah, like
Definitely when I said look a unicorn, she wouldn't turn around and look at all.
Correct. she's catatonic.
She is catatonic.
I was gonna say they're so completely out of it. I'm not sure if
Mm-hmm.
they would even really register what they're seeing.
That's correct. Okay. Anything else, Silent One?
Well, that was a bonus action.
For fuck's sake. Be quiet already, Silent One.
Sorry, no can do.
For the silent one. She
Wait.
is chatty.
Hey, Wid, how do you feel about a multi-attack?
In your head, you hear, "I'm not fond of it."
Oh, darn. Well, very sorry.
I am in the same space as the as Lee's sister, by the way. So
Mm-hmm.
It's all right. I'll do a claw attack at the kid really quick. And then I'll do a talon attack on Wid. And then dash away if I can. Oh, first things first, let's go for the attack, which is claws for the kid, talons to Wid.
Oh,
So
man.
many tabs. Okay. This is for the kid. Why do my dice hate me?
Maybe they like other
Because
people.
they like children.
Well, that was an 11 to the kid.
An 11 will hit the child.
Yeah, kids
Wonderful.
have like
Children have
no-
an armor class of 10.
yeah.
Okie doke. So that's a 1d6.
Is am I
That's
within
7
30
points of
feet?
damage to the child.
Am I within 30 feet of this?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
7 points of damage to the kid.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to use my helm,
Okay.
and she's gonna flash over and take what was it? 7?
7
Yeah.
points of damage, yes.
Yeah, 7 points damage.
And you take
She's
an
gonna take
additional
that-
4.
An additional 4. Okay,
What
cool.
Oh no,
happens
it was
to the kid she's
I already
holding?
added it up. I had rolled a piece, so I don't know if
Oh, I thought you had rolled for the.
yeah, for damage I rolled a 3 plus 4, so it was a total of 7.
Right,
so
but then Z
7
adds
plus an additional 4 as the helm.
because the
The
helm.
helm itself cuts into her head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
The
gotcha.
price of the magic. Yeah.
It's the price of
Does the
magic.
kid
That is
tell?
fair.
So the helm puts her up there.
Yes,
Right.
the
So what I'm
helm-
going to do is I'm going to. I'm protecting the kid too. Don't worry about it.
I was
I
going to say, how
uh,
does this affect the child? Does it
is
just
with
drop?
this. She's going to take it on her back.
Cool.
She's going to
So,
take it on her
so what
back.
happens here is, as the silent one goes to swipe at the child, suddenly, just before the attack hits, Nona appears crouching protectingly over the child, and instead of hitting the child, the silent one's talons slash through Nona's back as blood seeps down her forehead.
Yep.
But Nona just said she put the child on her back.
I did
Well,
not.
that,
No.
I said I would take it on my back. I would take the damage on
Oh,
my back.
okay, gotcha.
wait,
That's-
but aren't you still holding a child that is facing to your back and is now face to face with the silent one?
No, it's facing Wid now.
Yeah,
The
she
two kids
said
are
she was-
basically sandwiched between us.
I moved it around. I think that's okay.
Point of order: the child you were holding, you are no longer holding.
Oh, I'm not?
It teleports you.
Oh,
Good job, Nona. You just dropped the kid.
would I have
Nona,
known
help
that?
me for the love
You-
of all that
you
is
would-
holy! Quit hurting the children.
I
It's a
don't
longer
think you-
drop for a gnome.
I don't
I
think you
can't
would have
hear.
known that.
I'm
All
sorry.
right, that was
Hold on. The music's really loud. I'm having a hard time hearing you, Z.
I don't think you would have known that would happen
Okay.
like that.
Clearly, she wouldn't have known.
Okay.
Okay.
Silent
So,
one. Second attack.
she also isn't very tall, so I don't think the kid would have fallen very far.
Could I
Yeah,
try
oh,
to
the kid's
grab the
fine.
kid as a reaction? Oh, okay, good.
The kid's fine.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I appreciate that, Z.
Only fell about 3 feet. It's okay.
so that was a claw attack. So the talon attack. Okay.
I guess, are you reaching around Nona to reach Wid?
Would I be able to reach around Nona to get Wade? Because I would still be avoiding that nasty shield.
Yes, you can. Mhm.
Okay, that
The silent one is tall, like very tall.
Very tall.
VTOL and y'all are V small.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be a talon attack at
We
Wade.
walked into the silent one. She grew a lot.
Ooh, that's gonna hit. Hold on,
If we-
17 plus 6.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that
wow.
hits.
23.
Wonderful. I can't math. Thank you, Z. 2d6. And that is and that's gonna be a total of 10 damage to you, Wade.
She doesn't move and takes it like a champ.
A
All right. Anything else from the silent one?
Mm. I think that's cool for now, because if I try to leave, I'm invoking an opportunity attack from Nona, and I don't want to do that.
All right, great. Lee, you're up.
Can you describe to me the distance between the silent one and the Nona kid Wid kind of posse?
They are adjacent to one another.
Is there a space where I could get in between everyone, or none
No,
whatsoever?
you could not get between. There's literally no space.
Okay.
There wasn't really much space before, and then Nona was there.
magic.
And what's the distance? Well, I should say, am I within 30 feet of everybody that I just mentioned?
You are within 30 feet of your group and the silent one. The rest of the silent faithful are kind of surrounding about 60 feet away.
Okay, so Lee is not thinking super straight right now, and she's feeling really overwhelmed and not great about what's happening, and she's seeing the silent one go in after her sister, and she's very disoriented, and she's glad that Nona stepped in there. But she's just at this point gonna kind of rashly run at the silent one with intent to shove as the action.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah,
I haven't
shove action. Great.
done that before, so I'm so that would not necessarily, let's see, so that should knock target prone or push them away. So yeah, my intent is to just, she's just impulsively just trying to get this thing away to create some distance, and just kind of doesn't give a shit because she's a little confused by what's going on and why she keeps getting attacked randomly. So yeah, goes in for the shove.
Okay.
What does the Nameless one feel like to Lee when she touches it?
The silent one?
That's yep, the silent one.
Well, let's see if she hits. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Okay. I rolled a 13.
Nope. Sorry, that does not hit.
Okay.
So I don't want to bring this up, but I just read the details of paralyzed, and apparently if the person who is paralyzed is hit, it's automatically a critical hit.
That is correct.
And Wid is paralyzed.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
So that should have been
I forgot
critical.
about that too. So thank you for reminding us.
Also,
Also,
another 2d6
Inspiration for
damage.
Wid for being honest.
Thank you, Wid.
Yeah. Actually, I will grant Wid an inspiration for being honest to her detriment.
Woohoo! I guess.
Right.
That's
I'm
in
rolling.
character, I guess.
Well, that'll feel bad. That's an extra 9 damage from an extra 2d6 rolled, because it's double the dice, right?
Yeah.
It's an extra 9 damage.
Also taken like a champ, and she doesn't move.
Okay.
So Leah attempts a shove and it doesn't work out. So she's just close to Nona now, I assume.
Yep. I think that you are essentially adjacent to the silent one, Nona, and Wid, and your sister.
Okay. Well, she looks like she's about to just like burst into tears, like really upset, and she looks ragged, and I think that's going to be the end of my turn with what I have on me. right now.
Okay, great. Next up, Sudi.
Well, she's paralyzed.
You are paralyzed. Make a
Besides
saving
being
throw.
Paralyzed?
Saving throw.
Was that wisdom?
Yep.
Shoot. 5.
5 is a fail.
Now, is the
All right,
person
Manly.
being with the antler hands, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Can Sudi see him?
The antler hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 60 feet off.
Okay. Well, she's getting gradually nervous as he gets closer.
Okay. Cool. Madly.
Mavli is like, Nona Ellie. She scoops up the tiny little child and just starts to run. Like she's gonna run past the silent one towards the gate to get out.
Yeah, so you're going to be running toward the Silent Faithful?
Yes, to try to get past them.
Okay,
That's the way out, right?
sure.
Pretty sure that's the way out. Okay, yes. I'm
Okay.
gonna dash. That's my turn. As far as I can go that way.
Yep, sounds good. So 50 feet.
Yes. I'm carrying a child, I assume doesn't impact Mavli's strength at all. It's a tiny kid, right?
It's a gnome child.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I'm
it's
good.
like 20 pounds at the most.
Yeah, and I don't even have a backpack. So, you know.
All right, Wid.
Oh, let me roll the save. 21. I think that breaks me out of it.
Yep, that will break you out.
Are saving throws affected by exhaustion?
Only if you're level
Not-
2 or higher, I think.
Level 3.
Okay.
Oh, saving throw. Sorry, skill check is 2 or higher, I think.
Skill checks is level 1. Movement speed is level 2. Saving throws is level 3. Saving throws and attacks is level 3. Okay, so yeah, that was Wid's turn. 'Cause
Is that all she
happens-
can do is just break out of it?
Yep, that happens at the end of your turn.
Okay.
So Nona. You are currently face to crotch with the silent one.
Ugh. All right. I mean, I'm just gonna pretend it's a Ken doll situation. It's just very smooth, unnervingly smooth, but thank God. All right. So, I'm just deciding that for everybody here.
I was imagining that there would be at least robes, so nothing is even visible to even make that assumption.
Oh yeah, there's
Wonderful.
like there's some fashion of
Wow.
hide or something.
The the
Fashion of fashion.
the silent one has a sense of modesty.
It's a bejeweled cod piece. I wouldn't call it modest.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what's gonna happen is she's going to do a divine smite.
Okay. Remember, you don't have to use that until you know you hit.
Ah, right. She's going to attack
Okay.
with her warhammer.
Awesome. Roll that beautiful smite attack.
Can I stack a thunderous smite as a bonus action?
No, you cannot.
You can't stack the smites.
Smite, I believe, uses your bonus action.
Probably. It doesn't say. It says it's a special action type.
Okay, so you stack it on top of your attack. Okay, yeah, sure. So I guess if you wanted to do a thunderous smite and then use a smite on top of that,
Yeah.
I think that might work. Does it require you to use a spell slot?
The Thunderous Smite, yes, that is
Okay.
a spell.
Okay, so that's your restriction because you can't cast 2 spells in a turn unless one of them is a cantrip.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, then I'm just gonna go for it with just a plain attack and see what happens.
Okay.
All right. We're going Warhammer. All right, so that is +4, so that's a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right, roll damage
Okay.
with that smite.
Okay, so
Well done.
I rolled a 16 +4. Okay, so Warhammer 1d8 so
Plus
that's a
2d8.
7.
Is it 2d8 smite?
Yeah, but we have 7 + 2, so 9 bludgeoning damage, and then 7, 14 radiant damage, plus 1d8 against undead or fiends.
Yeah.
5. Okay, 19 radiant damage.
Woo. What does it look like?
Ouch.
Okay, so she's basically she has to angle herself real weird to hit it. So she's got, let's see, what's the angle on this? She's got her hammer and she's like right up against it, so she's just kind of gonna go whack, sucker punch to the face, I think. And then as it connects, there's like this weird, like, holy clang, like a ringing, like a very clear clang, like a bell almost, and a flash of blinding light. And the next thing that the Silent One sees is the shield right in his face. Maybe can I like free action say Ilve?
Sure, yeah.
And it flashes literally in his face.
That's cool. All right.
Silent One is gonna hiss and recoil in horror.
All right. Anything else, Nona?
That's all I can do.
All right, Quinn.
I need to try not be paralyzed.
Okay.
17.
17 will succeed.
So
Okay. It is actually, yeah, I think it is time for this to happen. You hear in the distance the low, sonorous call of a horn. It begins to cut through the sounds of the battle. And the sound seems to resonate within your chest, giving way to a previously unknown and primal fear. The figures all around you glance in the direction of the sound and silently hiss as they turn and flee in the opposite direction. The Silent One is the last to leave, never seeming to turn his body away from the source of the sound.
Which direction does that come from again?
In the woods.
From like the right?
From the right, from the east.
Is that where?
A few moments later, a blinding light begins to emerge from the woods as the sound of muted hooves draws closer. As the light diminishes, a tall figure stands before you. One moment, please. Because my audio is being a butt. Come on. Okay. As your vision returns, the figure is revealed to be a humanoid clad in immaculate, faintly glowing plate armor and an ominous fluted helm. Wearing a remarkably intricate cloak that seems to change color with the trees and constellations above. It takes you a few additional moments to realize that the figure is mounted atop an unbarded brown horse with a long mane and a single bony horn protruding from the center of its head. The figure speaks with a feminine voice, and it says, "Shalis dipes, Saleus."
Do any of us understand that?
Do any of you speak Old Elven?
The sword might.
We lost our Google Translate.
I demanded the Babelfish back.
Can I? God, I love that fish. Can I try and I don't know? Would that be like a history check to see if
Sure.
it reminds me? Because I remember communicating with in Old Elvish with the ghost lady.
Yeah, you
So
do.
does it look like her?
It does not. You
Okay.
cannot see her face. She's wearing a helmet.
Right. Okay. So history check.
Yes.
Okay. That's a 17.
Okay, you recognize this
Plus
as
1.
that language of Old
Is
Elven.
an 18 total. Yeah. Okay. Is an 18 total.
Yeah, you recognize this as that language.
Can Wood try to telepathically communicate with this person? Does that work?
Yeah, I believe with telepathy, they just have to be capable of speech, right? They have to know a language or have to be intelligent.
I mean, I picked the language. I'm just not sure, like, if there's like a physical brain for her to link with, I guess.
You can certainly try.
Okay, yeah, we'll try, and then in common, just say, I believe you're here to help, but I'm sorry, we don't understand what you said.
What language did you say it in? Common?
In common. I guess I can say it in common and Dwarven and Gnomish. Those are the only ones I know.
When you say it in common, you see the figure tilt her head, and then she responds in Dwarven, and she
sweet.
says, because Wid's a dwarf, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she says, "Are you those who seek him?"
Fuck no.
You reply in Dwarven.
No, I'm not brave enough.
In Dwarven, still telepathically, Wood will say, no, we do not seek him. We are fleeing from him. If you mean the one without a name.
She looks. Actually, make an insight check.
Okay.
See if you can notice it.
20.
Yeah, she looks visibly relieved. And then responds, I recognize some of what you say, but your language is strange to me. I am called Ioneros. I am the guardian of Sivistal Thysaer, the roaming forest. With me is Eridan, the forest's original guardian.
And that's out loud to everyone in Dwarven.
Yes, that is out loud in
Oh,
Dwarven.
that's okay.
Yeah, sorry, my telepathy is only one way, so people cannot speak to
Oh.
me unless they have telepathy.
And I will send you guys a picture of
That's
her.
That's great. Hey, Mavly, this unicorn is a good one.
I said that already.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Weird.
Oh, you changed the tag. So I was like, where's the chat?
The picture, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I did change the picture. I thought it would be a bit more appropriate
To the void.
to the void. Because it's not fine. We're not kidding ourselves
Everything is
anymore.
fine.
No, we're in the Galactic Sarlacc pit right now.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. Okay. She's glowing.
Not anymore. The light faded.
Oh, okay.
Can you help us?
Her armor. Sorry, her armor is faintly glowing.
Okay.
But the light that she initially emitted that was blinding has faded. It seems as if that light was intended to drive away the Silent One and his faithful.
Out loud, Wood will say, we need to get out of here and seal the gate as quickly as possible. For how long are you able to help us with that? Can you only help us in the forest?
What has occurred?
The one without a name has woken.
I think we all just kind of point behind us.
And is all
Then,
this being translated?
This is in Dwarven.
Okay.
Oh, right.
then it is clear that our vigil has failed. But there yet remains a way to restore the gateways and seal this place from the natural world. A sacrifice must be made at the entrance. The great Ielder Kaideere. The more sacrificed, the more powerful the ward. Seek Lord Bith Tyr. He will provide souls both willing and necessary.
Ooh.
Roll a history check.
Okay. Can I also roll the history check?
Sure, anybody who can understand what she's saying can roll a history check.
I can translate it for the rest of us.
Okay, then anybody can.
I got an 8.
I got a 17.
Okay, Kess, when she says Lord Bith Tyr, you have no idea who she's talking about. Nona, you do know who Lord Bith Tyr is. Lord Bith Tyr is an elven king that died thousands of years ago.
Oh. Is he a ghost now? how do we? He's is he here?
No, he is on the other side of the gate. He is the king.
Oh, you've been in here for a long time.
Yes.
Oh God, I'm trying to talk like madly. He's not king anymore.
Then one of you must make the initial sacrifice and
Yes.
hope that none find a way to unseal the gateway in your absence while you seek more bodies.
Oh,
More?
how many are we talking about?
That's such a good question.
The more
Did you-
sacrificed, the more powerful the ward.
Right,
Let me
right, right.
speak
But do you
up.
have like a
I
baseline?
do not trust this person. Why should we sacrifice ourselves? She only wants us dead.
Probably.
But maybe not. How
Is there,
many
like-
did it take to seal it the first time?
Is it
Oh,
just
okay.
lives or is it blood?
It is lives.
She did say souls there.
The first time it took thousands.
that was well, we have like, not that many. Since it was done once before, could we get away with like I don't know, 3?
Or 7?
You can make an initial sacrifice, but you must find more to seal the gateway. The Nameless God cannot be allowed to escape.
What
Don't
happens if he does?
Natalie.
No good could possibly come of that.
That's
Um,
super specific. I mean,
and-
one of my best friends just stabbed me recently, so I'm not sure of what even
This
good
isn't time
is
for therapy,
anymore.
Mavly.
The
You know-
Nameless God would consume the world.
Okay, but then why hasn't he consumed in here? Because it's all still here. Is he really as powerful as we think he is? Or are we just, because you just thought of I'm just asking.
What exactly are you comparing him against?
How about we talk and walk? Can we keep walking while we're talking?
Will she come with
Yes.
us?
Yeah, okay.
We are those who have endured time untold as part of the Eresear Bondror, the eternal vigil. We have been tasked with protecting the forest from the baleful influence of outsiders, as within the heart of these ever-changing woods lies the resting place of Sibastaler Career, the Nameless God, among other things.
We know his name. Sorry.
How is he the Nameless God if he has it? I'm so
Or is that just the Nameless God, but in Old Elven?
It might be.
It is.
Never mind. Excitement retracted. Okay. I don't think that we have time to get that many bodies. How much?
Once
much-
you leave the Great Gate, you can seal it with one of your lives, and then find the Elven King and inform them of what has transpired here.
Yes.
is there
Is there an Elven King?
This is an important question.
make a history check.
I feel like we should actually just know this one. Okay, well, I think it's an 18.
Yeah. So the elves long ago secluded themselves away from the rest of society into a walled off kingdom and have completely shunned the rest of the world, with the exception of the occasional raiding party where they take slaves back into the Elven Kingdom.
I was gonna say, aren't the elves the scary people?
The elves
now?
are the scary people.
The
Mhm.
elves are the scary people. And I'm pretty sure if we tell the Elven King that, either they'll do nothing, seclude themselves and be like, to heck with the rest of the world, or they'll be like, great, let's just go harvest everyone that's not enough. which would also be bad.
So really, we could kill ourselves and not do anything, or we could not kill ourselves and it would still not do anything.
Or we
So-
could kill some of ourselves and save just the elves.
Kill
Yeah.
some of ourselves.
It wouldn't even save just the elves, because eventually the Nameless God would kind of, destroy the everything. So since we're gonna lose, I'm confused. Do we die quickly or do we watch the world burn?
I mean, like I said, how much time would it take to for it to run out of time?
I've seen the world burn, says Suri.
I'd like to actually ask the elven lady,
Okay, what are you asking her?
if we were to seal, hypothetically, if we were to seal the gate temporarily and then go find people to bring back to sacrifice, how much time would we have to do that?
I cannot say for sure. It would be imperative that more sacrifices were made soon.
Can you leave this area?
Can you start the sacrifices by killing yourself?
I don't know who this person
We-
is, but she's very, very interruptive.
We cannot leave the forest without a protector, and both of us must remain.
Do you know anything about the lady in a chamber that's like, oh god, sorry. Can I roll a history check to remember the ghost lady's name?
It was Kel Paris. Or sorry, Loriac.
Loria.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you know anything about Loria?
She pauses for a moment and says, "We were told that the great twin shields of Mithril, Kel Paris and Loriac, might one day join us in the Erisir Bondror, but that day has not yet come."
It,
Well, that's because they're dead.
well, it seems like they're stuck.
They are dead.
Yes. We dealt with
Uh,
the ghost of one of them earlier.
Yeah, I mean, but her soul is still there. So
That's dead. That's dead. That's not inhabiting a body. Look, she's in a body. Gestures to the body.
I mean, both of them are old enough where they shouldn't have a body either way.
This does not bode well.
No.
If your words are indeed true, and Kel Paris and Loriac are indeed dead, then it is all the more important that we remain here to protect the forest.
Yeah, I mean, like we've even got one of the shields. We lost the other one.
It fell into the void.
I'm pretty sure they wouldn't give up the shield willingly if they weren't, dead.
I think one of them just kind of gave up. They were there for a long
Maybe if
time.
they'd come to see you, it would have been way better.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't come to see you. Probably didn't want to go through the tunnel.
Should we be a little suspicious, Nona?
Because
think
she
it's
is a
always
rash and no one would want to see her.
It's always been
Time
this.
travels differently between each of the gates. And the Belastair Kier is not our only task.
Well, what are your other tasks?
These are not of your concern.
Well, I'm pretty sure it
Oh.
might be.
We're
all things
concerned about
considered.
everything.
Yeah, yeah. Mavly's kind of been muttering randomly and casting prestidigitation, trying to clean this poor child.
It's a good idea.
We have been tasked by Lord Bithtir to ensure the eternal slumber of the Nameless God.
Well, that one's done. Box
Yeah.
unticked.
Um,
You say that
don't-
the Nameless God has awoken?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
right back there.
They're
We mentioned
Like-
that earlier. Are you
like
hard of hearing?
tens of like lots of people have been through your woods with like a whole bunch of kids multiple times.
The
How have you
roaming
not-
forest is a large place.
It has one road.
You had one job.
She chuckles. No, there are many roads, and they are constantly changing.
Stay on the path unless, it's really important and they actually sacrifice people.
That explains a lot.
Were you the person who strung up the dwarf? Not the dwarf. The gnome?
Oh,
No, that was not me. My doing. That was not my doing.
Do you know about it though? And if you do, why is he still there?
I am aware of the gnome.
And you're just like, that's a cool decoration. Let's keep that.
oh, she doesn't mean you, baby. It's
As
okay.
morbid as it may seem, that gnome does act as an effective warning against those who would enter the roaming forest.
I mean, a sign would have been fine.
Probably a lot more clear as well. I mean, you wouldn't believe the lengths we had to go through to figure out how to talk to the gnome.
The sign was on the exterior of the great gate. Did you not read?
But the Silent One's cult had already taken the children in. Did you not stop them? Oh, wait.
Unfortunately, I did not see them.
It's so nice to not be on that side of the map.
It's not just you. I mean, it's everyone, really. I am an equal opportunity snarkist.
I understand why you like it so much. It's nice when it's not focused at you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So yeah, my gnomish former buddy who actually stabbed me earlier, by the way, did have a fantastic question. If there's anybody, could we round up some elders from a nearby town that you might be familiar with, friendo?
If what you say is true and the elves no longer rule in the region, then unfortunately there's not much else I can tell you of the outside.
Do you bleed? Just asking for a friend.
Yes.
Don't.
So you
Eridan and I are from the natural world, just like this forest used to be. I was a knight of the court of Lord Bithtir, king of the elves of Tyrol.
Okay. Is there like a message to the current king that would be persuasive enough to
yeah, how would we
convince-
get them that message there, Ellie? Sorry to
don't
turn
know.
the snark back this way, but they eat people.
It's true, but
Tell the elven king
could
that the seal of the great gate has been broken
I
and
think you probably-
sacrifices must be made.
You would be the best person to do that, my quasi-elven friend, because
I cannot leave this place.
yeah, well, I'm not gonna go to do that because they're not gonna listen to me.
they won't listen to any of us.
Is there a standardized date keeping system in the world, Z?
Yes, there is.
Okay, well, Wid will tell her what date it is outside,
Okay.
just so she knows.
This one is so sensible. I really wish I knew you look vaguely familiar.
You used to like me, maybe you will again, Mavly.
So funny thing is that the standardized date system is based on the Dark Miracle, which occurred
After we sealed it.
150 years ago.
Nice.
So all standardized timekeeping started 150 years ago.
Dang.
So
that
Lee,
is-
Would Mavly know any history that had kind of happen to relate time passing?
Yeah, a lot of us were alive 150 years ago. So
yeah, are you
so-
are you proficient with history?
Yes.
Okay. Make a history roll, Mavly.
I'd like to throw in here, whenever convenient, while everybody's talking, Lee is just full on crying at this point, completely overwhelmed, and is just walking towards Wid and like holding her arms out to her sister at this point. Just like not giving a fuck, just walking up.
Mhm.
Maybe after the roll, whenever it makes sense to, if there's reaction to that.
21.
21. Okay. The Mavly has a good sense of the general history of the world. And you have definitely heard of this King Bithtir, and you know that it was thousands of years ago. You would probably know the elven date that it would have been had the Dark Miracle not become the new standard of time.
I will throw out a general. So just to give you an example of kind of where we're at, I'm pretty sure to put it in relatable time, it has been the, like 1,500, 2,000 years ish.
Oh no, more like 7,000 years.
Oh, 7,000,
Mhm.
6 to 7,000 years. I get a little hazy on the details. But yeah, we're looking at 6 to 7. So yeah, King B has been gone. He has seen his way out, and you have all been long forgotten. The Nameless God is used as children's stories for spooky tales to tell around the campfire. It's not even seriously considered.
Then you must take it upon yourselves.
You know what,
To do
Tricky
this
Pop, I
thing.
don't think you're hearing me when I tell you that if we go and say we need thousands of people to kill, they're not gonna be like, yes, I will line up and have thousands of people die because a random dwarf or two seems sincere.
I understand your turmoil, dwarf. However, the alternative is the destruction of everything.
Right. Do you have like an artifact or I don't know, some sort of
She
like
climbs
certification?
Why
off.
didn't you make the gate clear, like with crystal, so people could look in and be like, that's fucked up. We should continue to pay attention to it. No, you hid it in the middle of a freaky ass forest where nobody could get to it and everybody would forget about it. That seems extraordinarily short-sighted.
I feel like maybe the forest grew around it.
She climbs off of her horse and she reaches over and gingerly touches the shield that Nona is carrying and says, "You have with you all the proof you need. Take this to the Elven King and tell them the story. They will provide the necessary sacrifices to seal the gate."
I'm pretty sure that's going to wind up being everybody not Elven.
Yes.
Nona, I don't know if we want everybody to wind up terrorized and then terrorized when it doesn't work.
And then she looks you over and notices how badly injured several of you are. And she says, "Eridan shall heal your wounds, but you must depart quickly. This cannot wait." And at this, the unicorn gently steps forward, extending its horn toward each of you in turn. If you don't extend your hand to it, it will then nudge you gently with its horn, and you feel a warm glow as your wounds begin to heal via greater restoration.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Wid'll reach out right away.
The mithril-clad elf chants in a low and ancient tongue, and a nearby tree shifts and grows a large maw that leads into the earth, creating a new entrance to the silent passage. And she says, "Travel quickly and offer generously, so the gate may be strengthened. Now go."
Mhm. Okay.
And that, my friends, is where we will leave for this week. And in 2 weeks, we will do our epilogue.
Oh, and exhaustion is decreased too.
Yep, your exhaustion goes away.